Beautiful people, it's me, Pamela, on my YouTube. Cho, no, what's the T? Siyahlazia.
I get it. Sugutu Matlala was just like, you know what, I'm gonna come out of poverty and I'm gonna make things happen for myself. If it means I befriend myself with high profile people like politicians, people from SAPS, just as much as Becabanga Cartel, I'm gonna have the money that I want. I think that was the intention here. Just as much as you are actually Mkulukutu anyways. You go on a toilet, but you are just like, oh, I'm gonna come out and I'm gonna be fine. Good no metric pela doesn't mean I can not have money. You know that whole thing, you don't have to go to school to have money. I mean, but I just feel good just as much as he was on the tip. The OR Tambo situation, I was just pushing it now, guys. You can have the money in Mauritius and all and be putting money. And chances are, Switzerland. Guys, no matter the stuff that he was pulling. The stuff that he was pulling off this guy is beyond me. And you know what? I am going to do it. Say, OR Tambo. And apparently even went as far as going to Nedbank to look for money. So Vusimuzi Ket Matlala's plan was to build a luxury terminal at OR Tambo. Guys, we all dream, but my dreams I mean, please, this is far-fetched now. You need to be realistic, but I guess that guy his things were big, were huge. The fact that he lost the tender, how much was that? Things like that. He was huge. Shami dumped big. And he made sure he made friends with certain people who he saw. This is my friend. I'll go places with this one. With the likes of Umchonoge, obviously. I mean, that's the first person that you can come of note, anyways. The fact that Uket Matlala really believed Uguti he can get 70 million funding from Nedbank a year towards his luxury private terminal at the airport. That's huge, guys. This person was actually a real dreamer. Just as much as sometimes I feel good about we dream, but this is far-fetched. I mean, this deal here, although it never really came to fruition, but I mean, you get, guys, like I'm saying, guys, we're all trying to generate wealth, but it's easy to about time, but get the most doesn't fun, guys. When you be realistic in life. And lately, the fact that in Nedbank, guys, they went for a site visit there at the airport. I'm just like, even them. But see, they were like, no, please, that's not gonna work. You know? There's a lot at risk. They're gonna take out and loan this guy. They're like, what? Is it gonna come back? Because, I mean, obviously, even the Tembisa scandal came out. You know, that whole thing, if you're trying to get man, people start to investigate you. But this guy is going to be a wealthy man, most Maifuna Imalik Tina as Nedbank, and then such a reputable bank, you know, and then the next thing, he was about wealthy Muslim, and then they start to investigate you. I think they found some shady things about him. They were just like, no, not us. We don't want to be connected to creepy and shady things. No. It's not coming out to Guti in Nedbank knew who they were dealing with, you know, but they did give him a chance. You know, he was just like, no, here I am, Mina, I'm gonna be a wealthy man with your help. The confidence is needed though. One thing about Suket Matlala is very ambitious. He never gave up. He was just like, considering my background in the east, somewhere in Mamelodi, I was just like, Lalela, Mina, I'm gonna go far. I don't care. Like, you want a lot. At this point, they're still investigating Guguti and how did he get access to OR Tambo. There are people who he was working with there. There's no way he could have done this on his own. So, basa biznani aksa Uguti Yaibon. Yes, in wanting to take over, basically. everything that's happening there at the airport. It's security company, because apparently when he went to Nedbank, akhumbula ngithi security company yakhe iKat Matlala, 9 lives. Futhi inkosi 9 lives Matlala. That VIP protection company yakhe, ama blue lights and everything else nje. And there's cars that he says, phela that's how we got in angithi to this whole thing, ama blue lights. Wafika ngokuthi no, mina protection company yami VIP can protect like high profile people, the cars there you can see in these things and the internet. I'm like, wow. Also, you remember what's that scandal yokuthi he could be involved in a big cartel yama DRUGS. So the reason why he needed the airport was ukuthi acoshise into zakhe and do his things without being seen, because it's the whole thing yokuthi the airport is mine now, I own it, and the protection company, the security basically is mine. So we have on, guys, they're still investigating the guy. The investigator actually is the one that was talking.
It was to build a private luxury terminal at OR Tambo International Airport. Investigative journalist Jeff Wicks reports that Matlala was in talks with Nedbank for a 70 million rand per year funding for that project. So questions are being raised about how a private individual got this far into a national airport project and what the bank negotiations mean for corporate oversight. Let's talk about this exclusive report with the investigative reporter, Jeff Wicks. Jeff, good morning. Thank you very much. We're starting, I guess, the new year off, with some momentum, particularly when it comes to Kat Matlala, who's this ubiquitous figure named at the center of the police corruption scandal. Talk to us about this 70 million rand per year deal with Nedbank for this private terminal at OR Tambo International. But I also want you, Jeff, to talk to us about where in the timeline of Kat's emergence into public prominence when it comes to corruption also happened and where it fits in.
So this is ultimately about a deal that never came to fruition. But what's interesting about it is that for as long as we've been looking at Kat Matlala, his point of focus in terms of generating wealth has targeted state procurement. This represents a push into the private sector because he was pitching directly to Nedbank. And all of these talks, which included an audience with Nedbank officials and a site visit to the proposed uber luxury terminal at OR Tambo International Airport, took place midway through 2023. And the timeline in that context is important for many reasons, because just months before, we'd already named and exposed his links to the 2.3 billion rand Tembisa hospital extraction scandal, and also his illegal use of blue lights, gained irregularly from Julius Mkhwanazi, who at that point was a low-level underling at the EMPD. So at that point, Kat was already something of a public figure, not to the same extent he is now, but he was pushing this deal in his own name, and it would have made him a very wealthy man and a man with power, influence, and access at one of the country's key national key points.
And I want to get into that because in order for them, as you say, it got to such a stage, even though the deal didn't go through, it got to a stage where there seemed to have been some vetting. There was even a site visit. There would have had to have been some permission sign-offs for access to the proposed sites at ORT. So we'll circle back to there in just a minute if we can. Nedbank says this proposal didn't meet its requirements, and so it went no further. But as you've just shared, there was quite a sophisticated and accelerated level of engagement around this particular deal, proposed deal. What does it say about corporate due diligence when reputational red flags have already been shown? You talked about Tembisa, you talked about the blue light scandal. His name was connected to problematic things.
No, I think it's important. The reality is, at that point, a Google search of Vusi Muzi Matlala would have revealed his links to Tembisa Hospital. And the sting for Nedbank is not so much that they were talking to him, is that they had held repeated meetings, and they gave him an audience and had a site visit. So that, expresses some level of intent on their part. And, all they were willing to tell us was that it didn't pass muster in terms of their internal processes, and it never went ahead.
So nothing more from Nedbank. You did, as you say, offer them the right of reply in your piece, and that was what they left you with, pretty much like a one-liner.
That was the sum total, basically, which covers them to say that we engaged with this man, but that's where the sting is that they were willing to engage with him. Now, we may never know to what extent they knew who they